sure to get this one on camera. Nobody's gonna believe me. Alright, let's see if we can slide it out with just our fingers. No, I can. There's a power cable. Slid that out by pulling on it with my thumb, pointer finger. The reason I find this is cute is because this is held in with silicone. Silicone, and the grommet's too big, and so they used black electrical tape. Make up the size difference. It's very interesting to me. So I gotta clean all the silicone off of here. Put a nice pretty Heiko connector on there. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that we could actually do that, guys. Jesus. Heiko. Heiko. Look at that. It's for the right size wire. Unbelievable. Can't even get the basics right anymore here. All right. Start reassembling here. All fixed. Well guys, here we are again. I got myself an xforce 800 base station amplifier, and it is a new one. And Mr. H, he asked me to go through it and make it, I don't know, a little bit more reliable for the way he runs his radio. This thing has been back a couple times, and send it back, get it back, breaks. Send it back, get it back, breaks. Send it back, get it back, breaks. Look, I'm not dogging on this at all. I'm just simply saying that there was a very obvious thing that was causing it to break down, and it was overlooked. So one of the major things Mr. H wanted to have happen is he wanted to get rid of these. He didn't want these in his box anymore. He'd lost complete faith in this component. And I don't blame him. I mean, you can only see so much 10 ohm and 100 ohm smoke before you're like, hey, wait a minute. There's something going on here. So it came out here, and just like everything else, it sat here for 3 or 4 months till I had the opportunity to look at it. And I told Mr. Hart, I said, we'll go through it. What kind of transistors do you want to put in it? Do you want to put his new PP100s in there? Do you want to put the HGs? He goes, no, I want Toshibas. I said, you got it, man. So Mr. H, this is what we did for you. You've now got a match set of 2290s, and then I hand matched the beta gain on all of these, and they are the matched lot Toshiba 2879 transistors, the go-to rock steady world standard 12 volt consistent workhorse of the industry transistors. Let's see, is there another word I could use? Oh yeah, badass, kick butt, solid as a rock, reliable. Yeah, been around for 40 years. Can't talk any shit about them. Best component ever made for 12 volt base stuff. Yeah, now in there. What I came to the conclusion on is I asked Mr. Hart one very simple question. I said, do you talk sideband? And he goes, well, yes, I talk primarily sideband. And I went, oh. See, when I started, this was a Class C amplifier with a sideband delay, which is a bullshit switch. All that does is, if you're running too low of a dead key, keep your relay from chattering. If you run a Class C amplifier and you run on sideband, it'll work for a little while, but eventually it'll pull the gains down on the transistors and kill them. So what we did is we went in here, we added bias the entire thing, we made it switched off of that relay, and then we redid the tune. So now he's got himself a match set of 8 and a match set of 2. So this is a match set of 2x8 driving into an xforce cabinet. And then we gave him the power wire upgrades, which, if anybody who's tried this knows that if you take this wire out and just simply replace these, you pick up 15 to 20 watts for every 2 pill section. That's simple. We replaced the little 1 or 2 watt, 100 ohm resistors, and replaced them with 5 watt 100 ohm resistors, and replaced them with the metal oxide flame resistance, so we won't have that problem anymore. What you've seen in the intro to the video was me replacing the strain relief for this cabinet. It come from the factory with too big of a grommet, and I said black electrical tape, and it's actually brown. We had brown electrical tape wrapped up on this cord, and as we all know, if there was any real pressure that was put on this cord, it'd just slide out and short, or it'd cause the breaker to short out. So we got that all repaired for him too. We redid the output tune, which was off by a little bit. Repaired the input tune, which there was an input attenuator that was down here. And this isn't actually attenuating anything. You guys know that, right? You put a resistor in line, it's okay. I'll come back to that some other day. So anyhow, there was a resistor that was right here. This is the input. This is the RF that comes from the variable. And what we did is we actually changed the capacitor to where it was balanced on the input, so it was seeing a good input tune. Pretty simple. Then we got out our KC901 network analyzer, and then we loaded that with some pre-signal, and we disconnected this little piece of coax, and then reconnected our little piece of coax that was attached here, and then the feed line was attached here with our KC901 analyzer, and we emulated the input load from the circuit, And then we analyzed that and we determined that we were off by 25 puff on the input tune. And so now the input tune from the 2-pill section to the 8-pill section is now perfectly in balance, which will help the box settle down quite a bit. So Mr. H, your amp is as clean and as perfect and as well as we can make it. We removed the hot glue stain from the inside of the box back there on the Heiko connector that was holding it, or not Heiko, but the strain relief that was holding it in place, resoldered all the connections, and put a Heiko connector in there. That's about it. Let's see. I noticed they finally decided to start blocking off the vents along the back side of the output cabinet, or back side of the cabinet here. So the only vent that's open now is over here, which is good, and it is bad in the same sense that there's a space that runs from the end of the heatsink here to the back of the cabinet. So there's actually an opening. It's right here, okay? So it's actually letting most of the air that's moving through the cabinet from the 6 fans that are on the lid of this thing, most of it can run right by the heatsink. So be aware of that, Mr. H, and monitor your air temperatures. But honestly, the main reason that was causing this box to fail all the time is that it was a Class C amplifier that was trying to be run on sideband. You are going to get awesome reports now. Your audio isn't going to be bunched up. Nobody's going to tell you're garbled or a frequency or any of the other things that they try to determine when it come to find out it's just the amplifier running in the wrong state of operation. You're not going to have any more problems with that. There's now 363 mils worth of voltage applied to all the input transformers, which turns on and turns off every single time you key down. End result is the throttle on the transistor has been pulled back, otherwise the bias has been pulled back just a little bit, which is going to allow the transistor to fully shut down in between each one of the modulation pulses on sideband. Okay. We've got ourselves a 1,000 watt slug in PEP, but we've got it in the 2x position. So full deflection on the meter is 2,000 watts. We're going to read that bottom scale plus 2 zeros. This is a 1,000 watt slug in bird average, or coaxial dynamics average, and a 5 watt slug in reverse back from the bird 10,000 watt dummy load. We're going to use our RCI 2950, and we're just going to tickle this girl with about 20 watts worth of drive. We're going to use our 5 watt slug sitting between the 2950, and that is in reflect, by the way, measuring the return wattage that's coming back from the amplifier in all states of operation. So let's go ahead and shut this down real quick. Hello audio, hello audio. Less than 1/10 of a watt, or less than a, what, 3/10 of a watt coming back. Now remember, in the 2x position, I do believe we are. We're going to show you how much drive we're putting into this. If we take it down to 1x, I can show you this. Hello audio, hello audio. About 20 whole watts worth of PEP power is what we're going to tickle this thing with. Back on the 2x scale over there. Hello audio. About $2,000. Hello audio. And about 425 average power. Sick, right? Look at your input tune. Hello audio. Hello audio. Hello audio. Hello audio. Let's go to sideband. Sideband delay. Hello. 1,000 bird. Hello. Actually over 1,000 bird. We'll look at it on the PEP side. Hello. About 1,700 in PEP power on sideband with about 20 watts of drive. It's amazing how those two are correlated. Average and peak power. You go to sideband, there's something to that, and I'm going to have a video talking about that in a minute. Mr. H, you're done, buddy. Let's see, you wanted the sticker on the front. He told me 3 times. Don't forget to add the sticker on the front. So there it is. But brother, your xforce x800 bass amplifier is all squared away. Now guys, I got to tell you, I have been burning a candle at both ends. And I feel like I haven't left this room for about a month. I've got a very, very special friend of mine coming to town next week, and I am going to take Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off. So I'll still be around answering the phone, but I'm not working on anything next week. I am going on a little mini vacation to let my brain rest. I gotta take a break. I'm getting burned out. If you guys can't hear it in the tone of my voice, I'm getting tired. But between now and then, I'm going to try and get as many projects out the door as I possibly can for all of you fellow brethren, CBers, and radio operators. I've got 15 SB220s in stock that I've got to go through. I've got 4 Drake, LB, whatever they are, 7s, the ones with the 3500Zs. 4 or 5 Henrys that are here, so at some point I'm going to probably have to stop and spend a couple days and make it just into a 3500Z fest over here, which I'm totally comfortably and cool with. But that's coming up soon too. Guys, my name is BBI. I appreciate y'all tuning in to check it out, see what I'm working on this week. This amplifier, I completely did all but the bias portion of it. I did live on Facebook. And I took questions and answers as I was doing that also the entire time. So the entire time from when I took the thing out of the box to when I keyed it up and started talking, or not keyed it up, pulled all the transistors out, put all the transistors in, did the whole thing live. So if you're not friends with me on Facebook, you might want to think about doing it, and you can get the inside behind the scenes skinny. Now, I don't ever tune anything on camera, and I don't ever test anything on camera anymore on Facebook. So you got to wait for these rap videos. But Mr. H, you're done. Gentlemen, my name is BBI, and without a shadow of a doubt, I am the biggest mud duck in Idaho. Click down here to subscribe, because I'm constantly doing fun stuff like this. Click the other little box next to it if you're on a computer. It says notify me via email. Hey gentlemen, I appreciate your all support. I appreciate all the insane amount of projects I've got up here right now to work on, and that's all thanks to you guys. More to come. Gentlemen, I'll see ya. Bye.